Ndindoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingachatsi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa
My hitters don't die, and real hitters gon' shine, and my people gon' rise, 'cause we're born to win, yeah. I ain't saying
how the hell do I not have the deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play fan off, the cowards that they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the 3rd grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwean grade. So they do shades. And your boy hit the stage, press play, and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. Yeah. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a fabulous Friday. You know, I think I might have to deem this Friday Fine Man Friday. I got a bunch of amazing fine black men in the building. I first get to check in with my little bro, Fynniecko Glover Jr. We're going to be talking about his company, Yusprout, and their launch of a Maritime youth program that's going on tonight to get youth into the careers of Maritime. So this is exciting because I've been watching Nico build this business up for years, and it's great to know that these opportunities are opening up to young folks in our community, and Nico's intentionality is real. So I'm excited he's here. We also got Godwin in the building with the first Black rideshare company called Move In. I'll be moving with him on the set later on today as he shares with us what this company is all about and how we can all tap in. And y'all know it's also what? Fitness Friday. So our resident fitness coach, Deon BodiMeChanik Abdullah, is of course in the building. He is going to be giving us some tips about how we can utilize nutrition and fitness in our periods of grief. So when I tell you it is definitely on and popping on this fabulous Fine Man Friday, I'm excited. But of course, y'all, it's also the top of the show. So it's a great time for you to tag and share this stream right here. That's right. Come on, participate. Tag and share the stream with folks you feel who could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. If you can't watch our TV show, we got you covered because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. Y'all will find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music, like all of the platforms. Just search your favorite one and y'all will find us there. Kudos to the whole team for doing that. But of course, because we have such a jam-packed show, I got to get right into it with Fynniecko Glover Jr. What's up, brother?
What's up, sis? How you doing?
Oh, I'm so glad that you are in town, looking sharp as ever.
You know, I try my best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, when you come, you got to show up right. You got to show up
always,
right.
Always Seattle made, homemade.
That's right.
So
well,
represent.
You've been building up Yusprout for years. I want you to be able to first go to the beginnings. What is Yusprout all about, and what made you say that I need to do something for young folks and connecting them to these amazing careers?
Right. So Yusprout is a youth development organization. So we help youth and young adults with internships, scholarships, job opportunities, career opportunities, entrepreneurship courses, job readiness courses. And essentially one thing that how it really got started is I kind of just realized, you know, the imbalance of going to a predominantly white institution and having necessarily all the resources that I need. I've seen all the peers around me know what they want to go in school, what businesses they want to run. But where I grew up in South Seattle, that wasn't relatively the same trajectory. So I wanted to create an organization where I can show, you know, youth and young adults that you have the opportunity to do what you want to do by providing the resources that they need. So if it was, you know, finding a job, you know, preparing youth and young adults to get a job, learning about entrepreneurship, and so on and so forth. So those are the pathways that we did, you know, to start this organization.
You know, Neek, y'all see this, my little brother, I call him Neek, Nico. It's really exciting because you were using your own experience to really guide you to open up Yusprout. And I remember when you were like, yo, Trae, I'm just trying to make sure that young folks who look like me see somebody who looks like them, guiding them in. And that's really key. But you also have been so plugged in to South Seattle in terms of community development initiatives. So much of the work that you have been doing in community before you went off to college down south, by the way, it has really been connected and plugged in ways that are intentional. Build the bridges for Yusprout. Tell us more about some of that community connection.
So, originally it started with African Town, just being involved with my community, being involved with my elders like yourself, White King, Don Mason, Gregory Davis. That was like my first step into it. And, just jam packing, with King County Equity Now, that was my first indoctrination of so much community work. But I always was about my community. So, go fast forward in 2020, becoming the Rainier Beach Economic Development Manager and supporting small businesses, working with real estate developers, working with city officials, government officials. I had the first opportunity to really see what it is to design a community, what it is to build a community, but also the depthness of what entrepreneurship is, and then the reality of what real estate can do for you and how to create generational wealth. If that's acquiring a commercial space and passing that business down, or how to build capital within your business, or just transferring wealth through real estate. So I got to see all these different lenses at a young age of 23, 24. So being indoctrinated to that, granted, I give kudos to my elders, like yourself, and the ones that always instilled that wisdom and knowledge within me to do what I'm doing. So, thanks to you guys for, providing me the knowledge, the wisdom, the expertise to be in my community, be a part of my community, but also have the ability to make change within my community.
Yeah, well, I'm great. You call me an elder, and I just appreciate it. I'm embracing it. Some folks are like, elder. I'm like, no, I really enjoy and appreciate the time we've been able to curate together, these one-on-one meetings we've had, them late night phone calls, them discussions on, man, how do we move? How do we maneuver? But, you bring a unique perspective that really reaches the younger generations because they see themselves in you. As you've been building Yusprout, now you have this phenomenal opportunity for careers in Maritime. How did this kind of partnership come about? Tell us more about the beginnings of this program that you're launching today.
Yeah, so originally I met with the maritime industry, and I was just like, hey, this is what Sprout's trying to do. And just the last year, we worked with over 200 youth and young adults within this greater Seattle region, and even across country, because some of our programs are virtual. So we met with the Maritime with the Maritime Blue Port of Seattle, and they was like, yo, we have this opportunity that's coming up. And they was like, we see the impacts that you guys are doing within your community, reaching out to Black and Brown or BIPOC community, and we want to have this opportunity for you guys to help us diversify the industry, but also create careers rather than jobs for BIPOC young adults. And so we was like, oh yeah, it's all on board, let's do it. But one of the biggest things was me going to school. With me going to school, I was like kind of hesitant about it. But I sat down, came back home in December that whole month, and met with Elijah, met with my other business partners, and they was like, brother, we're gonna do it. And so that's where we are now. And Elijah has a big contribution to the work that we doing. So yeah, that's our brother.
Our brother indeed, Elijah L. Lewis, so involved in so many different realms, and his impact will be felt forever, from all of us. And I'm so grateful that y'all were able to have the foresight to say, no, Nico, you go off to school, but we got you on the home base. And that means you really have to be connected and plug into your community in ways that go beyond, well, what am I getting out of this? Right. I mean, what I love about the connection that you and I share, and with Elijah and so many others, was that we realized, what can we do collectively to to benefit community. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about, okay, yeah, you're CEO of Yusprout, but it wasn't about you, Neek. You were like, this is for everyone else. So y'all are doing this launch. You have this amazing event to kick this off. Tell us more about the event today that's happening at Africatown Center for Education and Innovation.
Yeah, so this afternoon at 2 o'clock, we're going to be hosting one of our important information sessions, providing information about, how to get into the youth maritime internship program. So what is essentially going to tell is going to talk about the benefits of the program, the requirements of the program, and the job opportunity or the career opportunities within the program. Like we're going to be having like internships, electrical internships, fabrication internships with Washington State Ferries, Port of Seattle, armed guard services. So there's a variety of ways that youth and young adults within our community can get plugged in and actually have a career and something that they can intangibly, hopefully, turn into a business if that's something that they want to do, but also reap the benefits of what they're sowing, right? They're going to be able to get into a union, right? And this is a maritime industry is very hard to get into. So they're literally having a gateway entry point into an industry that's not relatively diverse, but also they have the opportunity to get hands-on training, paid internship for 3 months, and wrap around employment benefits and services, for transportation or buying PPE, like personal prepare equipment and things like that, so on. So we have a very unique program, and we're going to go in depth about it and how we can change the narrative within our community and provide careers rather than jobs.
Oh, Nico, this is exciting. Of course, if folks want to catch up with Yusprout, because they can get the information about the age range, all of the particulars at this event today, this afternoon. But if folks have more questions, if they're looking to connect, or maybe they know young folks, look right there in that camera closest to me. Let them know how they stay connected with Yusprout.
Yeah, so you can just stay connected to Yusprout. We have an Instagram at yousprouts.com. Or you can find us on our website, www.ysprouts.org. And if you can just reach out to me, if you have my personal contact information, I'm going to give you my personal contact information because my community is my family. So you can reach me at 206-519-0721, or you can email me, nico@ysprouts.org.
Nico, thank you so much for being here, brother. So proud of you and the work that you poured into Yusprout. It's clear that you're continuing your community connection and dedication even while you get your degree. So congratulations to you for all the work you've put in. Love to see all of the benefits that are pouring in and pouring out from what you've poured in. So this is a proud moment for me. Love you, Neek. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, I told y'all. Fabulous Friday continues. And of course, Fine Man Friday continues. Godwin is coming up next to tell us more about this Black rideshare company, y'all, moving. Many of y'all are out there using these ride shares. Make sure you stay tuned after this short break to hear more. Y'all watching The Day with Trae.
Hi, I'm King Glover Jr. Just when you thought it was hot in Seattle, it just got hotter. The HBCU Swingman Baseball Classic will be held at T-Mobile Park. Here's an opportunity for these kids to showcase their talent playing baseball because they love the game of baseball. The All-Star Game before the All-Star Game. Not everybody can go to a Power 5 conference, but that shouldn't stop you from playing the game that you love. There's a lot of great players who played our game who went to historical Black colleges. So why don't you come show your support, show your love, and stop by. This is powered by T-Mobile, MLB, MLBPA, Youth Development Foundation. The HBCU Swingman Classic at T-Mobile Park. It's gonna be hot.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Godwin Gabriel of Movin'. What's up, Godwin?
What's going on? Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. This is phenomenal. I mean, let's go straight to the beginning, because this is an industry that really has been not accessible to Black entrepreneurs, and yet you found a way to get moving right there in this amazing space. Please tell us about the beginnings of this.
You're absolutely right. Thank you, first of all, for having us. Movin' has been around for like the past 9 years. We started off here in Seattle as a Black-owned rideshare company. The beginning of it all was all based on just seeing these Black and brown brothers who make up 99% of the driver base across the country and maybe around the world. Just out there constantly fighting for their rights to be heard. And, you know, we felt like, here we are, we're innovators. Can we answer to that problem? Can we help empower them? And, you know, we got started, and, you know, they've come out overwhelmingly in support of us. What we're doing is transforming their lives. We are answering to a lot of constraints that you hear from other larger platforms that have largely disenfranchised them. And because of that, we feel like it's not only just a rideshare company, it's a movement. We call it a movement.
I love it. And I can see here your colleague on the back of the shirt. It says hashtag get moving.
Get moving.
I love that. Yeah. But also, this is one of those things that where we are really seeing the surge of technology kind of intersecting with our personal lives. People are using rideshare and delivery style services in ways that you can't only just have it in a physical sense, but you also have to understand that technology and the background. Tell us more about how you've been able to utilize all of the technology to benefit Movin'.
Absolutely. That's a great question. So, you know, entering the technology space was not an easy endeavor, and especially dominated by larger companies and, you know, and larger competitors. And, you know, for us as a minority owned company, even funding was a challenge. And especially when, you know, our competitors are valued at billions and we're just, you know, just coming up from, you know, ground level. But, you know, we used a grassroots kind of sort of bootstrap approach to building this application. You know, yes, in the earlier stages we had our kinks, but I'm proudly saying that as of to date, 100% of our technologies are made in Africa, powering U.S. cities and beyond. And these are brothers and sisters in the continent, completely just pushing out innovation on a different level. Actually, to add on to that is something that has been a lifelong dream of mine, and that is to empower the continent. I'm Tanzanian born, grew up here in Seattle. Being able to take this innovation back to the continent was a dream. And as of today, 100% of our technologies that is powering Seattle and beyond is done by young men and women.
Godwin, that is incredible.
Absolutely.
You know, I spent some time in Tanzania and Kenya.
Wonderful.
So when you say this to me, I'm like, oh man, the opportunities to be intentional, to build that bridge and ensure that you brought it to, you know, the continent is really pure magic.
Absolutely.
I love that, because that's really, to me, one of the ways that I see the beauty of technology.
Absolutely.
I mean, I get a little bit cynical sometimes. I'm like, people are like, you know, like Instagram, for instance, like, why don't you have 10,000 and 20,000? And I'm like, yo, it's a job to like build up a fan base there. when I'm on the ground and people like know me if I'm walking around. It's very different.
Yes.
And so I've had to learn how to play more in that space, but I love this because the beauty of technology is it is global that, right?
Absolutely.
And so you are able to utilize some of the top talent on the continent to now benefit movement. It's great to hear that. So now, what is the kind of footprint of movement? I mean, are people able to use it kind of throughout Washington State? Tell us more about what it actually, the functionality of it on the ground.
Absolutely. So the functionality that we've launched Seattle, and we're pushing a lot of our driver base right about now, re-engaging them, so that way we can build up our driver base. And in the meantime, yes, you can download the app right now and, book a ride and get around here in Seattle. We are in Nairobi, Kenya, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania as well. This is a monumental time for us to return back to Seattle, and especially having spent a considerable amount of time building our capacity across Africa.
Yeah,
this is a good time.
I mean, you described it in terms of the foundational years of building movement, right? Like first you get the idea out there. I love that you had the opportunity for everyday folks to really invest with this kind of grassroots campaign, capital campaign, but also, when people know more about this, there is such a movement. It's almost like another renaissance of, Black innovation. And every day I'm surrounded by it when I am just right here with this wall. And it is such a reminder of what we can do when we invest in our own communities, when we invest in our own solutions. And you are really answering something that I think many people out there have wanted to do and didn't know how. So now they can actually tap in with Movin'. So folks can download the app. It's available on what? iOS and Android, everything. Just tell us some of those particulars so folks can get plugged in.
Absolutely. I'm going to circle back a little bit and add on to what you mentioned as well. It's just, I grew up here in the Central District of Seattle. I came out here when I was age 17. I was able to see myself as an, African American, but also, gone through the experiences, and also just having having kinship in the continent of Africa. I found that it was very critical for me to be able to find a way to bridge our kinship.
Yeah.
And being able to feel like that I'm a conduit of that bridging of technology is a blessing in itself. So I feel like this is more than just a rideshare. It's redefining rideshare. It is redefining technology.
Yeah.
And, as to answer your question in regards to how you can get in touch with us, our folks can download the app, MOOV as in Victor, N as in Nancy. We are also www.movin.com. Follow us on social, Movin' at Movin' or Movin' Get Movin' on Facebook. And, feel free to reach out to us, support@movin.com. We'll be more than happy to help. We have a great team. We have great folks around the world who are supporting our brand, who are continuously making this innovation is great. And join the movement.
Join the movement and get moving
Get
with
moving
Movin'.
and keep moving.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you have a real fan right here. Anytime you have updates as you hit other cities across the country, globally, I want to be able to celebrate with y'all.
Absolutely.
So feel free to bring all those announcements right here to the Day with Trae. We got your back. We are supporting you 100%. This is something that is at the ethos. I can just hear Omari in my ear right now about his time on the continent, how dope this concept is. So thank you so much for being here on Converge and on my show. And I'm telling you, anytime you have updates, Godwin, bring them right on here.
Absolutely. And, appreciate you having us. One big thing that we, wanted to make sure we add on there in terms of the user side, we don't have surge pricing. So don't get surge, get moving.
Don't get surge, get moving. Thank you, Godwin.
Thank you so much. You guys have been great.
Oh, y'all heard it from Godwin himself. Make sure y'all download the app right now. This is another way to be intentional about how you spend your dollars. So excited to have you here. Of course, I'm also excited because y'all know we got to end our Friday with our resident fitness coach, Deon BodiMeChanik Abdullah. He's going to be joining me right after this short break. Stay tuned, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Deon BodiMeChanik, our resident fitness coach. And y'all know he be having me in the gym going nuts. What's up, Deon?
What's going on? How you doing? Good to be here.
Oh, great to have you. I mean, when you talked about this topic today,
Yes.
you know, it was another reminder for me about how fitness and nutrition are really so foundational, but we don't always think about it. And so please tell us more about how they intersect when it comes to moments of grief.
Right. So once again, a powerful topic, grief, something that we're all promised to deal with. If you have any love, you are almost guaranteed to experience grief because it's loss of the love. It's something that's dealt with internally. Anxiety, depression, fear, anger, denial, all these type of things that we deal with inside. Now, the goal of nutrition and fitness is really trying to change how you mourn. So mourning is the expression of grief. You know what I mean? How people see you. Now, people mourn. We don't want to do stuff too toxic, obviously. Increase smoking, increase alcohol consumption, bad fatty foods, lack of sleep, overwork. I mean, I can keep going on and on and on about the things not to do, right? Excess shopping, right? Right? I mean, we all have these triggers. Video games, right? Extra cell phones. We all have these things. So the goal of nutrition and fitness is to really reclaim the mind to a routine of strategy, which is to progress the health. So when we really tie in nutrition and fitness, we really want to target on 3 things for nutrition: our immunity, our digestion, and our energy. Okay. And for physicalness on the fitness side, okay, we want to we want to target our muscle strength, our muscle endurance, okay, and our range of motion. Those 3 things, each 3 in both categories together equals 6 things, right? But when you focus on all those 3 things, it requires a strategy and a focus in the gym and in what you're eating, which then claims your mental, because it gets you thinking on things to progress you and everything else, okay? So with all that said and done, we go into what we call the hygiene of it, which is the bathing and sleeping. We got to keep those elements going. Nutrition and fitness directly impact the mental health and sleep patterns, which keeps your immunity, depression, and digestion going to keep your body up at its functionality level.
Well, you know, when you first mentioned this to me, I thought, you know, fitness indefinitely has a link to endorphins, like this biological side. When we think about physical fitness, oftentimes you're right. You know, people get in, they got a goal. You've heard me say, I just want to get rid of my gut. I just, you know, all these things, right? But you don't realize that when you have a routine of it, now you're training the biology of your body, right, at a micro level to understand, like, wait, like if I'm out, I'm missing it, right?
Yes.
And so there's this connection that is directly linked to us being able to maneuver through those periods of grief as well, right? It's chemical.
Yes. And you're capitalizing on that just perfectly. You're absolutely right. The whole point of grief is you lost something. You lost a loved one. You lost a passion. Something happened that you lost. So what fitness is doing is giving you that win, that accomplishment. When you finish a set, when you complete a rep, every day, the consistency, those days are wins. Those small maneuvers are wins. Now, just understands though, when you're in great spirits, you're not going to beat yourself when you're in bad spirits, right? But a lot of times when you're in the gym, right, you're doing things great, then grief happens, okay? But you're still trying to stay consistent, right? You're doing what the good old body mechanic says, you're going to the gym. But now you could be judging yourself based on the lack of performance that you had once, remember, when you was at your peak. But remember, after your grief, you need to have grace for yourself. Your energy levels is going to change. The name of the game is commitment and focus on the three things, okay? Because once again, it's a different type of workout. We're working out in a form of a different type of stress. So once again, we want to focus on range of motion, muscle strength, and muscle endurance. And just doing those three forms of workouts in every single workout, committed to it, you're going to get that accomplishment, which is needed for the morale to get you to that peak to where those performance aspects can take place.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that makes absolute sense. I mean, one of our last sessions at the gym, you're like, okay, call upon the ancestors. And you're like, whoa, that was your best rep yet. And I'm telling you,
It was the last one.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to push this thing
Yes.
one more. But I'm telling you, there was so much relief. And so you are absolutely right. There is this immediate reward that you get by focusing on those three things and understanding that you're going to get something out of every workout.
Absolutely.
Deon, as always, this discussion, I mean, we probably need a whole session because Holistic Coalition, y'all have a whole host of amazing professional practitioners that can guide folks through all of these things that you bring to us every Friday. I got to give you the time. Look right there in the camera. Let them know how to connect to Holistic Coalition. And if they need to book with Body Mechanic, let them know right there.
Hey, once again, Holistic Coalition, www.holisticcoalition.com. You can email us at info@holisticcoalitionnw.com. Once again, you can always get an appointment. It's best with me, the Body Mechanic, face on, head on. And once again, go to the website, y'all. Go to our Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram. There's more than just me out here. There's other providers with so many superpowers in nutrition, manual therapy, meditative herbs, of other manual therapy practices. So Holistic Coalition is linked to my other brothers and sisters in arms that's really fighting for your health and making you really progress to a better life. So please come support the movement. Once again, we got free classes coming at you, a bunch of events. We are going to be competing this Tuesday at the Denmark Olympics. So wish us luck. Next time I'm on the show, I will be bringing you back some good news. So yes.
Oh my goodness, that's right. This is the last show before y'all head off to Denmark. Congratulations, Deon and the whole team.
Yes.
You are going to be bringing some innovative techniques to Denmark, and I'm so grateful that y'all will be represented in this world competition. This is exciting, and I can't wait to have you back so we can hear the updates. Yes. Kudos to you and the entire team. I know Karita Hall is working hard in the background and also phenomenal massage therapist. Thank you for everything that you bring on these Fitness Fridays, man. Just appreciate you sharing so we can always be reminded of how to stay healthy as we maneuver, especially the sun is coming out. You know, people want to wear them shorts and all that. We need it. Thank you so much, Deon.
No problem.
Oh, y'all, I promised you a fabulous Friday, but I also said it was Fine Man Friday, and you see why. We had some amazing representatives here. I got to do a huge shout out to all of my guests, to Fynniecko Glover Jr., my little brother, who has really been working hard with Yusprout, y'all. So if you know of youth, make sure you tap into that event. It's going on today, 2 p.m. You know, check in at Africatown Center for Education and Innovation right there on MLK and Alaska or Columbia, either one. Just double check it. But I'm going to tell you, this is a really exciting thing for me to be able to celebrate, because when you see something kind of take off, it's great to know that he was intentional to say, how do we get young folks into these careers? And now there is a pathway. If you know of a young person, check out their website, connect with Fynniecko. He gave you his phone number. Just make sure you tap in. Also, huge shout out to Godwin Gabriel of Moving. Black rideshare company, y'all. Do I need to say more? I mean, for any of you in the Seattle metro area who are using rideshare services, I encourage you to download Move-In and support the movement. He said no surge prices, don't surge, get moving, right? So get moving with them and also support this amazing, phenomenal team who have been working now for years to bring this technology out to us all and to give us the opportunity to support another Black-owned business. And of course, Deon BodiMeChanik in the building. Huge shout out to him for always bringing us these fitness tips on Fridays. You know, I really encourage y'all to be using them in your lives. I'm experiencing positive benefits by doing so. And it is a journey. And he has reminded me almost every workout, this is a journey. It's not a quick fix. It is a change of lifestyle to embrace your health in a way that gets you out there to be physical, that gets you out there to understand how better to eat, that gets you connected to the mental capacity that you need to continuously sustain all of that. So be encouraged. Y'all know I'm inspired by all of the stories that were shared here today. I want you to be inspired. Y'all can easily find a way to see yourself as a part of the solution just by downloading Move-In. I mean, that's one right there. You don't got to go no further. But always be encouraged, y'all, when you watch The Day with Trae, to find your way to see yourself as a part of the solution. Thank y'all so much for watching. And for me, until Monday, y'all, at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.